Hello and welcome to this week's tarot reading for the zodiac of Taurus. I hope this finds you well. I trust that you use your own intuition as your primary instrument of resonance. Leave behind what does not reverberate. Tarot does not tell the future. The only thing that determines your future is how you react, reflect, and respond to the messages herein. I encourage you to get a piece of paper and pen and write down any streams of consciousness that come to you as we go through your reading. And I want you to think back to March when the new moon in Pisces happened, because this reading is going to be about the full moon in Pisces and as well as the equinox. So a lunar cycle is coming to its end and its apex, and then of course the equinox is the harvest. So there is another cycle that is kind of ending there, and I just want you to meditate and reflect on where you were back in March at the spring equinox and where you are now, what you wrote down, how you're feeling, and what you're doing now. And if you have had any goals that you wrote down, whether you have acted upon them, and what's going on in that respect. The first card that I have for you is from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck, and it is the Shining Lotus. There are times when it makes sense to be discreet until you find your inner strength, so that you feel empowered enough to share your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs without wavering, even in the face of challenge. At other times, we are ready to take a risk and allow the inner lotus blossom of our true self to shine forth for all to behold. So that is a lovely message to start off with. And I also have the Hathor Egyptian Book of Doors card in front of me, as well as the number 3 on the die. And what this is saying to me is there's a sense of your identity here. Hathor is the cow goddess, and if we think about Taurus, Taurus is represented by the bull, which is, the male form of the cow. So you're being represented here, and Hathor, at the peak of the Egyptian New Year, was heralded as the shining star of Sirius on the brow of Ra. And there is that sense of identity that is coming through, and the blossoming forth of this new cycle of love, pleasure, beauty. And with the number 3 of the die here, if the number 3 means anything to you, that is the number 3 card in the tarot is the Empress, which is also represented by Taurus and Venus. So this theme of really coming into your own is coming up, and being confident in yourself and empowered in yourself through your own love and beauty, and finding pleasure in yourself and others finding pleasure in you. I also have the Reawakened card, which is about no beginnings without endings. And, when something departs, another thing enters your life, and that's filled with a promise. And there's a breakthrough in that sets the tone for the next, iteration, essentially, and the new journey. And there is that sense of death and birth and return that comes through. And so there's obviously a big cycle that is coming through for you that is either coming to an end or starting. I mean, both at the same time. Like I said, there is no beginnings without endings. And the Reawaken card has a hand holding a shrubbery as well. So again, it denotes the Empress card, the Venus card, and that fertility that comes through in that imagery. I also have a lot of Pentacle cards here. So this is really telling me that things that you have worked hard for, that you have put your mind to in the last 6 months, are coming to fruition. And even though you may not feel emotionally positive, because I do have the 9 of Cups in reverse here, you are abundant in other ways. So I have the 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 5, 4, and King of Pentacles, as well as the King of Wands and the 6 of Wands, and like I said, the 9 of Cups reverse. So You are really putting your creative powers to work, or you have put your creative powers to work, or you need to put your creative powers to work in order to benefit or profit from your endeavors. And they're grounded in earthly matters. This could be buying a new home, buying a car. The second house in astrology is to do with possessions. So, and Taurus does rule possessions. So thinking about your possessions, it could even be clearing out, like I said, with the Nine of Cups there being in reverse, not feeling emotionally satisfied. Well, that could be because the things that you have filled your house with, filled your life with in terms of material possessions, are not bringing you that emotional fulfillment. So just doing that clearing out, that spring clean, even though it's not spring unless you're in the southern hemisphere, and then in that case this applies. But just clearing out anything that is not bringing you that emotional fulfillment or that creative fulfillment, so that you can make space, make room to be able to continue on with cultivating and creating and being in control of those things too, because you have two two kings here. So there is this great authority over one's domain, and over people as well. Kings manage people. They manage whole empires and whole townships and lords and ladies and all of those things, and people come to them for advice. So being in a position where you are completely grounded, like I said, there's a lot of Pentacles energy here, so you're very grounded, or you at least need to get to that position where you are grounded, where people can come to you for advice, financial advice, fertility advice, creative advice, business advice, those sorts of things. And the Five of Pentacles here is in reverse, so that says to me that you are willing to give out that advice, or you have cultivated a lot of knowledge about these areas in the last 6 months, and you are ready to share them with people. And like the Shining Lotus says, there is a time to be discreet until you have the strength to share what you know. And I feel as though you're coming into your own here, your own empowerment and your own sense of self will really start to shine through, and your knowledge will start to shine through, and you'll be able to articulate what it is that you actually mean, or what you have learnt to other people, so that you're in this position of teaching other people as well. So and people, I feel as though people in the next 6 months will they will accept you, or they will look to you. That Six of Wands is here, so people are surrounding this person who's kind of coming home and celebrating with that person. So they will put their confidence in you, and your presence will encourage them and inspire them to be more creative, to be more daring, to be more strengthened in their identity, and to be more grounded and just and fair and authoritative as well, not only over other people, but also just authoritative in their own life, to really take responsibility and take control of their own lives. Maybe you are finding that you are more established now. It's taken 6 months to actually reap the rewards, or to be able to see the fruits of your labor with that Seven of Pentacles here. He's looking at his cabbages or his pentacles that he has put in the ground, and he's just waiting patiently for them to fruit. And you're in that position now where you're stable and enduring, and you're able to to enjoy those things, and to enjoy the pleasure and the love and the beauty of what you have created in the last 6 months. And you've gained this independence as well with that Nine of Pentacles. She has Venus again on her robes, and she is walking through her garden that is just completely blooming with all those pentacles, and she's independent, she's carefree, she's in control, and that card actually really does, what's the word, complement, it really does complement that, the Empress card, in that it's a more day-to-day thing, whereas the Empress card overall is kind of like a very big motif, because it is a major arcana, so it's a big theme and a big overarching theme, whereas the Nine of Pentacles is more a day-to-day. You're able to be more comfortable in your own skin and to smell the roses, or to look at that little bird and just contemplate the beauty of the world, and the beauty of the things that you have created, and to walk around in your own garden of Eden that you've created as well. Maybe you have also been working on your physical strength as well, because the Pentacles are about earthly things and about the body, Saturnian things. So the body is another topic of interest here. You've really been working on yourself, working on your nutrition, working on your environment that you find yourself in, because the environment plays a big role in how you feel and how you look and how you carry yourself. If the environment that you're in is deprivating or discouraging or stressful, then you can't work at your optimal potential. But by curating your environment, by curating your body, by taking care of yourself, by looking after your family, and by eating the right foods as well. There's the harvest. The Seven of Pentacles is like the harvest card, but it's also, he's looking at actual fruits and vegetables. So looking at your diet, looking at what you're actually feeding your body, the fuel that is going into your body to be able to carry out these earthly commands better, and with more power and more endurance. So yeah, these topics are, I feel as though, what's coming up for you, or have transpired over the last 6 months. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thanks for listening. Bye.